evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rebel Racing Network and the Third Coast Racing O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. I'm your commentator tonight, Austin Householder, and we are coming to you live from the Paperclip Martinsville Motor Speedway, a half-mile oval located in Martinsville, Virginia, where these drivers will be competing for 150 laps. The weather tonight, it is partly cloudy skies, 77 degrees out. Even with the partly cloudy skies, track temperature still sitting at 97 degrees, and the prediction is that that sun is going to come out as this evening goes on. The rules for tonight's event, these drivers are going to be given 4 sets of tires, 70% fuel, and no quick repairs to get this race done. And with that 70% fuel, we are looking at about 95 to 107 laps being our pit window tonight. So a very wide pit window. And with the high number of laps that we can run on that fuel window, that pit window will be open a lot earlier, but I don't think fuel is going to be these drivers' concerns. It is going to be tires. We were speaking to a couple drivers earlier, and Mike Hill, driver the number 27, currently sitting on pit road, he was telling us about how once these tires get hot, you have to back down a lot, and it will take a long time for them to cool down. So I think we're going to see everyone using their 4 sets of tires here tonight. And Dawson Price entering the chat, excited for this one. Sunk track, ready to go racing. He said he's going to bring the Bubba Wallace energy tonight. And a lot of drivers are predicting a lot of mayhem here tonight. Although league owner Marcus De La Garza, he predicted one early caution within the first couple laps and then a long green flag run, which is something we are hoping to see here at the Rebel Racing Network. But we do expect a lot of beating and banging tonight, and a couple chrome horn instances as the night goes on. But it is time to meet your TCR drivers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet your TCR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series drivers. Driving the number 4 Zen Chevrolet Camaro, Jackson Sibley. In the number 5 NOS Energy Chevrolet, Travis Neiman. Driving the number 8 Rebel Racing Network Chevy and owner of Bird Wraps Paint Schemes, Hunter Geyer. And driving the number 12 Chevrolet Camaro, Ryan Mack. Next, we have our co-league owner and driver of the number 19 Michelob Ultra Ford Mustang, Dakota Dennis. And in the number 20 Easy Go Chevrolet, Dave Stinson. Driving the number 21 Slim Jim Ford, Thomas Adams. Driving the number 27 Milwaukee Tools Ford, Michael Hill. And in the number 46 Featherlight Trailers Chevrolet, Ray Polking. And in the number 48 Smart Racing Concepts Camaro, James Whitehead. And in the number 53 HBO Toyota, Craig Peterson. Driving the number 60 Google Chrome Ford Mustang, Tristan Haynes. In the number 72 Dallas Cowboys Camaro, Hugh Escobar. Driving the number 87 Autocrafter Chevrolet, Jay Craybill. In the number 88 Trackstar Camaro, Colton Kinney. And in the number 91 Nilla Wafer Chevy Camaro, Paul Escobar. Driving the number 94 213 Simware Camaro, and your Season 1 defending champion, Adam Boughton. Driving the number 97 Trackstar Motorsports Chevrolet, Jason Rochelle. Waits Ford Mustang, and your co-league owner, Marcus De La Garza. This race will be officiated by 213 Simler's own Anthony Ludi and broadcasted live on Facebook and YouTube by Rebel Racing Network and your broadcaster, Austin Householder.
All right, and we are back, folks. About 2.5 minutes left in practice before these drivers start their qualifying run. But we do have a couple drivers up in the booth with us here before this one starts, and we just want to correct a mistake that was made on Rebel Racing Network last week in the BIF 16 on who was sponsoring that. We mentioned that it had been Colton Kinney, and there was a slight miscommunication there. It was actually Jay Crable. So we got Jay Crable up here in the booth trying to make that miscommunication up to him. Jay, say hi to the fans.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
And with Jay, you also have Marcus De La Garza in the booth. Jay, first off, I just want to say thank you very much for leading the charge on last week's sponsorship. You know, you gave us an idea when we had a little bit of a budget overage there, and we ran with that idea and found a way to make it so that we could, A, sponsor the Biffle Family Fund Foundation, and then B, you know, have some fun, honor the man through some paint schemes. What gave you that idea, dude?
Yeah, I really had a lot of fun in the recruitment races here in the Clash, and I immediately wanted to be actively involved in this community you guys have developed here. And the first thing I thought of is I wanted to sponsor a race, but I don't have anything to sponsor. So the first thing that came to mind is Biffle, and he's won just about everywhere. So I thought Darlington would be a great idea. And from there, I cleared that through Marcus, and he was happy with it. And then I had this idea, it's like, well, it's throwback weekend. Let's just throw back to the Biffle. And I honestly had no idea that it was going to blow up so big. I thought there'd be 2-3 cars, but to have over half the field get involved in that, thanks to Hunter, was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, big shout out to Bird Wraps. He sponsored a few of the wraps that we saw. Some of the people paid for their wraps. But overall, I mean, it was a beautiful night out. Great racing. And like I said, man, like the paint wraps were great. I'm still rocking my Cheez-It Patrick Star scheme this week, so I'm going to keep it going till the end of the season. But Jay, growing up, I mean, was Biff one of your favorite drivers, or is it just one of those ones that you want to honor the legacy of the man that's done so much for the community?
I wouldn't say he's one of my favorite drivers, but his whole time during NASCAR is right. I mean, was peak NASCAR for me. When I was in Korea watching NASCAR every day, Biff was there. He was always involved in the conversation every week, and I absolutely admire him and respect him for what he was able to do, not only his time as NASCAR, but after he got out of the seat and started, you know, doing humanitarian stuff.
Yeah, and thank you for bringing that up. For the viewers at home that don't know, Biffle has been very instrumental in the hurricane relief in the Carolinas, as well as in Jamaica over the last couple of years. You know, the man really retired from NASCAR and found his calling, you know, providing on the humanitarian aspect, on the humanitarian front. And it's been awesome to see how he's been able to translate his success on the track into success out in the field, helping people, you know, recover post-storm. I know we're kind of getting into qualifying here, so Jay, I do want to tell you again, thank you very much for sponsoring the race last week. You know, thank you for being up here with us in the booth this week to kind of talk through things and, you know, make sure we said thank you and apologize for last week. But very much looking forward to tonight and looking to see where you run. Austin, I think it's back to you, sir.
All right, and before y'all get out of here, I do want to mention, you know, we really do appreciate it here at the Rebel Racing Network as well, Jay. So, you know, got to be honest, I was never a Biffle fan growing up. I was always a Chevy guy, but I really became a fan of his with the hurricane relief efforts with Helene. For those of you who don't know, I'm an avid aviator, certified flight instructor out here in the Carolinas, and I actually got my start up in Asheville, and was really trying to go up and help out as well. And to see a guy like Greg Biffle go up and do that, it's greatly appreciated. I've been a fan ever since. And looking at the chat, we've got Dawson Price up here as well. For those of you that don't know, he is a sponsor on the channel, and he is out of Asheville as well. So I know he greatly appreciates that as well. So, but we're going to let you guys get back down to qualifying. Good luck tonight, guys.
Thank you very much,
sir.
Austin. Thank you, Jay.
Yep.
All right, thank y'all. All right, and once again, that was Jay Crable, sponsor of the Biff 16 last week, and Marcus De La Garza, our league owner. Qualifying is underway, and we are seeing some fast times come in. Ray Polking just set the fastest lap. Hunter Geyer up there as well. Hunter Geyer was the fastest throughout practice, and looking to carry that speed over, but it looks like he is not going to be able to get done. Ray Polking currently sitting on the pole. Hunter Geyer has just dropped to 4th. I'm going to look here at Marcus De La Garza on track as well. Rocking that Patrick Star Cheez-It paint scheme from Greg Biffle. He just finished up his lap. He is currently sitting in 6th. And this qualifying is going by fast, folks. And Daniel Byerly rooting for Jason Rochelle currently on track, and that blacked out 97 Chevrolet. This is his first lap. And he just set the time to beat with that 19.72. About only 5/100ths of a second faster than Ray Polking. Craig Peterson moving up the leaderboard as well. Travis Neiman looks like he just finished his run. And it looks like we have pretty much completed qualifying. A couple drivers still yet to qualify, but we are going to step aside for our opening ceremonies presented by Oohrah Flyovers. At this time, please stand as you are able, remove your hats, place your hand over your heart, and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Marine Corps Band performs our national anthem. All right, and we are back, folks. Qualifying is done. These drivers are gridding up, and we are going to run through our official starting lineup. And with the parade laps here at this short track, we are going to have to run through it because we've got a full field and not a lot of time. So without further ado, we do have Jason Rochelle starting on the pole, driving that number 97 car. Ray Polking will be to his outside in the 46. Jackson Sibley will start third, driving the number 4. Lee Hamby in fourth, driving the 47. Todd Byer will start 5th, driving the number 84. In 6th will be Craig Peterson, driving that number 53. Hunter Geyer will be rolling off 7th in the 8 car. To his outside, in 8th will be Michael Carter, driving the number 18. Marcus De La Garza going to be rolling off 9th, driving the number 99. In 10th will be Adam Boughton in the number 94. Paul Escobar will roll off 11th, driving the number 91. Travis Neiman in 12th, driving the number 5. In 13th will be Jay Craybill, driving the number 87. To his outside, in 14th will be Ryan Mack in the 12 car. Dave Stinson will roll off 15th, driving the number 20. In 16th will be Colton Kinney, driving the number 88. Dakota Dennis will be starting 17th, driving the number 19. In 18th, we have Joseph Miller driving the number 16. Mike Hill will roll off 19th, driving the number 27. Hugh Escobar will start 20th, driving the number 72. And according to our scoring short sheet, Christopher Williams is going to be rolling off 21st, but it does appear he will be a scratch tonight, so he will not be racing. So 20 cars will make their start here tonight. The question is, how many of them will actually finish? We are predicting mayhem as the lights on the pace truck are out. 1 lap till green. And we do have Dakota Dennis now entering the chat saying time to do the watermelon crawl. And it sounds like he is thinking about pulling a Hail Melon here in Martinsville. I don't know how that's going to work out for him. We did see 3 Hail Melons at the preseason race at the Coliseum. I don't know how well it's going to work here at Martinsville. So we get ready to get going here. And one person I do want to keep our eye on is that number 47 of Lee Hamby as we get ready to start this one. That pace truck is off. And the green flag is out, and Jason Rochelle looks like he forgot to shift a second there. Not the start he was looking for. Ray Polkin going to jump out to the lead. And that 47 of Lee Hamby, I was just mentioning, he's going to be one to watch. He is one who will excel at the short tracks. We've seen him in some of these short tracks where we go flag to flag, such as Bristol. Lee Hamby was able to put the whole field a lap down. But it is Ray Polkin to start, and Jason Rochelle recovering from his miscue on the initial start here. Rochelle back to second. As it looks like we are single file here. We're going to look back in the pack. And you can see on that 84 of Todd Byer, looks like he's already gotten a shot in the back as that rear bumper is bent up. Hunter Geyer getting loose as he tries to go to the inside of Marcus De La Garza, and the caution is out. Hunter Geyer, De La Garza making contact. And we are looking for the indication of where this caution actually came from. Looks like it might have been something with Paul Escobar. There is Paul Escobar getting into Ryan Mack. And that is going to spin Ryan Mack around. Paul Escobar nowhere to go. He's just stuck behind him there. One more look at it from Paul Escobar's view. And it looks like Paul Escobar just cut a piece of that outside wall, bounced off it, comes down, hits Ryan Mack. Ryan Mack, though, when he comes to his stop, he is facing the right way at least. We get things sorted out and taking a look at that 12 of Ryan Mack. That the front and rear bumper definitely dented up there. And our first caution of the night. And Ryan Mack is going to pull that car down pit road, try and get some work done to it here. So now Ray Polkin is going to have the advantage as we get set up for this restart. He will be restarting from P1, and he will control the restart. Jason Rochelle will be to his outside, and I tell you what, Jason Rochelle is definitely going to be double checking his shifter here on this restart after he spun those tires on the initial start, giving up that pole position. And a quick update, Lee Hamby has moved up to third, Jackson Sibley back to fourth, Craig Peterson's going to be restarting fifth, Michael Carter in sixth, Todd Byer in seventh, Marcus De La Garza will restart eighth, Hunter Geyer in ninth, and rounding out your top 10 will be Travis Neiman as they are doubled up, getting ready to go back green flag racing here. And Ryan Mack looks like he is already a lap down, just now coming off the pit road as we get ready to go back green flag racing. Pace truck is off. And they enter the restart zone. Ray Polking not wasting any time, jumping out in front of Jason Rochelle. Lee Hamby following suit. He's gotten underneath Rochelle. And Lee Hamby going to put the pressure on Polking here early, getting an excellent drive off of turn 2. And I hear banging back in the pack. It looks like Michael Carter involved in an issue, and the caution will come out. I tell you what, those two were neck and neck as that caution came out. I'm not sure who is going to actually get the position there, but it does look like Ray Polking going to go back to the lead here. We'll take a look and see what happened here with Michael Carter. Looks like Michael Carter getting into it with Todd Byer, and then Hunter Geyer giving Michael Carter a shot there. Carter in that 18 car. And Todd Byer just coming across Michael Carter's nose. Marcus De La Garza gets a piece of that too, and got Carter out of sorts there. He makes contact with Hunter Geyer. And we will step aside for a quick commercial break. All right, and we are back, folks. As they get reset for this one. So Ray Polking going to have the position on the restart here yet again. This time Lee Hamby going to be to his outside. Hamby is not going to have the advantage of being able to start behind that leader. That advantage is going to go to that number 97 of Jason Rochelle. We're going to see if Rochelle can battle back with Lee Hamby on this restart. Jackson Sibley will be restarting fourth, Craig Peterson in fifth, Marcus De La Garza now up to sixth, Travis Neiman in seventh, and eighth will be the 20 of Dave Stinson. He is on the move here. Colt Kinney going to be restarting ninth, and in 10th will be Hugh Escobar driving the number 72 car. And they are doubled back up, getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Pace truck is off. And the green flag waves. Ray Polking getting the advantage there. Jason Rochelle trying to get to the inside of that 47. Lee Hamby not quite there. It's Hamby trying to find his footing on that outside line. And it does look like the inside line is where you want to be. Because Jackson Sibley in that 4 car did not have the restart he wanted. Looks like he spun his tires there a little bit. Had to fend off that 53 of Craig Peterson. He will survive for now. As they have gotten single file Paul Escobar though on the outside. So single file here early on. Paul Escobar looking to try and make moves, but Adam Boughton in that 94 car trying to get by Escobar. And Adam Boughton, he is another driver, just fast everywhere he goes. He is our points leader coming into this one. Currently, he sits back in 14th after he went down pit road under that last caution. Back up front, Ray Polking still leading this one, and he's got a little bit of a gap here in between him and Lee Hamby. Almost a second between the two. Hamby's got his mirror full with Jason Rochelle in that number 97. I think Rochelle and Hamby are going to be battling it out throughout this entire race. You're now 19 laps into this one. Checking back in with that 4 of Jackson Sibley. He struggled on that last restart, but has managed to hang on to that number 4 position. We will pull up our track map just to kind of get an idea of where everyone is at. Hunter Geyer currently on pit road. Not sure what's going on with that 8 car, why he's on pit road, but it does appear he does have damage there. And not sure what got him down there, but he is being shown that meatball flag. So heavy damage to that 8 car. We'll keep you guys posted on that, as it looks like he is trying to get that car serviced and get back out here. And this field is now starting to get spread out. And a quick update on that 19 of Dakota Dennis. He had a strong start to the season here, winning at Daytona, a solid finish at Atlanta. He has really struggled these last few races. Short tracks, not his bread and butter. And he is on new equipment this week. He just updated his iRacing setup and trying to figure out the new Moza R12 wheel he's got and some load cell pedals. So looks like some struggles for that 19 car here early on in this one. We'll see if he can get that figured out by the end of this race. Only 25 laps in. We go back to the leaders. Ray Polkin continuing to pull away from Lee Hamby. And I'm afraid Lee Hamby might have gotten those tires heated up here early, trying to race Ray Polkin for that lead. We are going to go back, take a look at Dave Stinson and Hugh Escobar now battling it out for 9th. Escobar getting around him, and here comes Jay Craybill as well. Craybill charging hard. He gets underneath Escobar. Escobar on the wall. He makes contact with Dave Stinson. And some beating and banging early on here. Looks like Dave Stinson is struggling. He might have gotten those tires heated up as well as Adam Boughton looking for a way around him. But there definitely appears to be a traffic stop with Dave Stinson as we see Dakota Dennis now slow on the inside. Ray Polkin going around him. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe I do see some right front damage to that 19 car. As now Lee Hamby and Jason Rochelle going to have to go by him. He is being shown as involved in an incident. We're going to go back and take a look here, see what exactly happened. And Dennis just getting loose. He manages to keep that car off the wall, but definitely overworking those brakes there, sending him around. And you can see it there. If you look at that wheel well, we're going to try and get a better shot of it. Watch these tires. You can see that brake rotor is getting hot on that number 19 of Dakota Dennis. You can see it glowing there. Now 33 laps in the books. As Ray Polkin continuing to try and charge away from Lee Hamby. That gap now open up to 1.3 seconds. Now it looks like the bottleneck is between Paul Escobar and Dave Stinson. Stinson still holding on to that position. He tries to fend off now Michael Carter. Adam Boughton, though, is charging here. He has moved back up to 10th. Looks like Colton Kinney there in the outside wall. And that number 88. Go back and see what exactly caused that incident. Looks like Kinney may have just overdrove the exit to that corner there. Yep, Colton Kinney overdriving the entrance to turns 3 and 4. But he is able to keep that car straight, and we will stay green. Lee Hamby continuing to lose ground over Ray Polking. As Ray Polking getting ready to approach lap traffic, he has the 91 of Paul Escobar in his sights. And here is the real challenge for Polking. Can he navigate this lap traffic? Or is Lee Hamby going to have a chance to catch up to him? And if I'm one of these cars in front of Ray Polking, oh, you see Paul Escobar blinking out. He's going to go high. But this being Martinsville and this huge bunch up of lap traffic, I think these guys are going to probably battle Ray Polking a little bit harder than they're going to battle Lee Hamby. Trying to stay at least in a lucky dog position, hopefully on the lead lap, and pray for a caution as you see Hugh Escobar going high there. Here comes Lee Hamby now approaching Paul Escobar. Hamby seemed to have a little bit more trouble getting by Paul than Ray Polking did. That gap has opened up to 2 seconds. I think Ray Polking has finally figured out his tire saving strategy, and it is paying off tonight here early in this one. So now we are showing Marcus De La Garza involved in the incident. Smoke billowing out of that 99. De La Garza going to have to pull it down pit road for repairs, it looks like. So we'll go back and look and see what happened here with De La Garza. And you see him loose off of turn 4 there. He locks up those tires, hard contact with that inside wall. not what that 99 team wanted to see tonight. And his string of bad luck just seems to never run out. It's Ray Polkin trying to get by Ryan Mack in that 12 car. Lee Hamby's closed that gap up a little bit here. But he is going to have to work his way around Mike Hill and Ryan Mack. And we are going to try and get a word in with Hunter Geyer in the infield care center here. Hunter, it's Austin up at the booth. You got me?
Hey Austin, how you doing?
Probably better than you. We've been keeping an eye on you, and it looks like your night is done, unfortunately. We didn't.
Yep, done and dusted.
Yep, we did not catch it on the broadcast, so we want to get your comment on what happened.
Just everybody trying to win it in lap one, it seemed like. The big commotion there on the backstretch between Carter and Beyer, and I was just trying to get through it. Started with Carter coming down in the 3 right in front of me. Kind of pushed him out of the way. And then I honestly didn't realize the Beyer was on the top side, and I came up just like normal, and unstoppable force hit an immovable object, it seemed like, and into the outside wall, and somehow that blew my engine. So I got 10 laps in to a 150 lap race and through and through.
All right, well, we are sorry to hear that. And definitely sorry to see that 8 car out of here, that Burgraff's paint scheme we love seeing so much. So, yeah, we know you will be back next week, and definitely something to prove after showing some fast times in practice and qualifying and having some trouble here at the beginning.
Yep, absolutely. Things can only be better than this, I guess, right?
Yeah, nowhere to go but up, right?
Yep.
So,
absolutely.
All right, we will let you get out of here, and we will see you back here next week, buddy.
Yep. See you next week.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right. Once again, that was Hunter Geyer, driver of the number 8. As we continue to watch this battle for second, Jason Rochelle trying to find a way around Lee Hamby. They just got by Mike Hill and Ryan Mack there, but it cost them some time. They were closing in with Ray Polking, but during that pass, Ray Polking opening up that gap now to just over 2.5 seconds, but he does have lap traffic in front of him. And we do have another interview coming out of the infield care center. Marcus De La Garza. Unfortunately, we saw him getting loose off turn 4, trying to lock up those tires and save it, but that car hits that inside wall hard. He's going to have to pull that car down pit road. Marcus, Austin up in the booth. You got me?
I got you, sir.
All right, man. I can hear the disappointment in your voice. Walk us through what happened there, man.
It starts with prep work. I put in about 250 laps this week, and it felt like it was going to be a good race, and unfortunately I got out on the track tonight, got a little frustrated with a little bit of the contact that I made and other people were making on me, and it was just game on after that, dude. I came out of 4, gave it a little bit too much gas, hooked it straight left into that fence, and unfortunately too much damage. We're done for the night.
All right, that's disappointing. But as a league owner, you've got to be a little excited. We were talking to you before the race, and if I'm not mistaken, your prediction was an early race caution and then a long green flag run. And I tell you what, we have had a long one here since lap 15. We have been green, so 40 laps of green flag racing at Martinsville on iRacing. That's a little unprecedented.
It's kind of beautiful, man. I can't speak highly enough about the skill level of our drivers. I just turned left into the fence coming out of turn 4 there. But
Marcus, I got to cut you off there for a second, man. So Colton Kinney getting loose there, and he just got into Ray Polking. We're going to take another look at that. That is our race leader trying to get by lap traffic. Colton Kinney, you see him there. Sent it a little bit too hard. Ray Polking just nowhere to go. Not sure how that car's going to handle after that. So we'll go back and look at Ray Polking. Here you saw him getting loose there. I wonder if there is a steering issue on that 46. So we're going to keep you posted and let Marcus de la Garza continue with what he's saying. Sorry about that, Marcus.
All good, man. No, and honestly, looking at that little slide by Colton, he is out of it, and unfortunately, the 46 comes right up there, and he gets right into him. You know, it's an unfortunate incident. This is what happens when you're at Martinsville, though, dude. And that's kind of what I was just going to say was, unfortunately, contact happens. You got to be ready for it, and if you're not fast on getting that wheel cranked, you're going to pay for it every time.
Yes, and unfortunately, it is the nature of the beast here at Martinsville. Jason Rochelle getting by Lee Hamby here. Rochelle moves to second, and he's put some distance between him and Lee Hamby. And the caution flag is out. Looks like Colton Kinney again. Before we go review this, Marcus, you know, got to be excited about that long green flag run. You want to hang out up at the booth and help me call this one?
Yeah, man, I'll hang around with you for a little bit longer. Give me 5 minutes, you'll grab some water, and I'll be right back to you.
All right, that sounds good. And we are going to go back and take a look, see what happened here with Colton Kinney. We see him trying to fend off the 27 of Mike Hill, and it looks like Colton Kinney possibly just coming down on Mike Hill. We're going to try and get one more look at that from Mike Hill's perspective. And you see it there, Colton Kinney just coming down on Mike Hill, leaving him no room. We go back live here. Ray Polk in the first is going to lead the race off pit road. Jason Rochelle in second. Lee Hamby in third. Everyone else still on pit road. And we have got to get in a quick commercial break.
It's race day on iRacing. The grid is set. Engines are rumbling. The chat is buzzing. The anticipation is building. But before the green flag waves, you need a moment that gets hearts racing. Oohrah Flyovers delivers cinematic, custom airplane flyovers for your iRacing or esports event, bringing real-world energy to your virtual track. Add a patriotic punch to your pre-race show. Whether you're hosting a league championship, a memorial race, or just want to hype the crowd, Oohrah brings the thunder. Fully customizable, easy to book, stream ready, guaranteed to get your drivers and fans fired up. Because when the jets fly, everyone pays attention. Stand tall, fly loud, race proud. Oohrah! Visit Oohrah Flyovers on Discord or Facebook and bring the flyover experience to iRacing like never before.
All right, and we are back, folks. We are getting ready to go back green as they are doubling it up. And while we were under caution, we did have a chance to speak to Ray Polking. He was able to get a hold of his crew chief. No damage, according to iRacing's crew chief, but he did say he did notice that the handling has changed a little bit, so possibly some toe damage to that 46. We're going to see how he handles it when we get back under green. But you guys did see it there. Jason Rochelle was definitely able to close that gap. And it looks like they are going to extend the caution as they try and get reset here.
All right, Mr. Householder, I am back with you.
All right, we're glad to have you back. Just taking a look at the pit stops here, it looks like pretty much everyone coming down pit road here early under this caution. And they should be able to make it to the end on fuel if I am not mistaken. But the question here is going to be tires. So as the pace car is off, we will skip that. And Dakota Dennis did stay out under that pit stop, looking to get a lap back here. And I think we're going to see a little bit of a shakeup here. Green flag is out. Ray Polking taking off. And all eyes are on that 46 car. We were able to speak to him once again. He said that handling has changed after that hit with Colton Kinney. As Lee Hamby getting underneath Jason Rochelle. Polking's got to love seeing this. This is going to give him that opportunity to try and open up that gap as these two are side by side. And here comes that 87 of Jay Craybill again.
You know, in practice, Jay was saying he wasn't very fast, but I'm looking at this dude, and he's looking like a rocket to me.
I tell you what, those new tires going to make the difference there. He's keeping up with Jason Rochelle. Rochelle, that car really came to him as that run went on. You know, it'll be interesting to see what will happen here. And I'd just like to mention Jay Crable and Ray Polking are teammates as well. Polking may be having to nurse that car just a little bit through the corners with possibly some toe damage. I know he would love to see some help out of his teammate Jay.
Oh, for sure, man. That's one of those ones where if your teammate can help you out, oh, caution coming, sir.
Caution is out. Looks like Mike Hill was caught up in this one, unfortunately for him. And as that yellow flag waves, we will go ahead and take a look at this.
You know, just because I know you can't hear it, Austin, we've got the driver's channel just lighting up right now. Guys apologizing. Ryan Mack claiming, ownership over that incident. So hopefully we can keep the temper cool here.
I tell you what, I know as a league owner, you want to keep those tempers cool. I don't know if it's going to happen here today at Martinsville. Short tracks, tempers fly. But we will hope for the best, and glad to hear Ryan Mack already taking ownership of that. That one looks more like a racing deal to me there. Ryan Mack just didn't expect Mike Hill to check up that early. But we are going to step aside, get in another quick commercial break, trying to get all our sponsors in here tonight.
From the track to the tech, Creative Castle keeps your code running as clean as your laps. We test real-world devices and digital platforms so your next release won't crash in turn one. At Creative Castle, we elevate your software with expert quality assurance and cross-platform testing. Whether it's native apps or networked hardware, we deliver precision-tested performance at scale. Behind every smooth app and smart device is a quiet castle. Creative Castle. We're the quality wizards and test knights who battle bugs and break bad code before it breaks your product. Creative Castle. Quality at full throttle. Your quest for quality ends here. At FedUps, we don't care how it gets there, just that it eventually does. We use cutting-edge technology like guesswork, blind rage, and the occasional coin flip. Need help? Our customer service is standing by to put you on hold. Our drivers are trained professionals in rage quitting, road rage, and minor parkour. Have an issue? Hey, we delivered it, didn't we? At FedUp, we're not happy until you're not happy. Special instructions? I ignored it specifically. Signature required? We'll scribble something. Fragile? Let's test that theory. Customer service? Try screaming into the void. FedUp, we hate your package almost as much as you do.
FedUps is not responsible for damaged, late, lost, or completely incinerated packages.
All right, we are back, folks. The pace car has just driven down pit road. Ray Polking in control of this one. Lee Hamidou's outside. Rochelle in third and Crable in fourth. Green flag is out. Polking getting the jump, and Lee Hamby not going to give Rochelle a chance to get alongside him, and Hamby's going to make move to the inside of Ray Polking. They're side by side going through turns 3 and 4, and Polking all the way up there near the wall, and it looks like he is going to lose the lead here. We've got a new leader for the first time tonight. Hamby to the lead.
That is unfortunate there, Austin. Ray had such a clean drive for most of this race. Unfortunately, he had a back marker get into him there and change the course of his race here.
Yeah, that's got to be disappointing for Ray Polking. He has been hungry for that win for quite some time. And honestly, if I'm in that 46 car looking at him, Lee Hamby, Jason Rochelle, getting the jump out to the front here. Ray Polking says there's no damage being told to him by his crew chief, but obviously something wrong with that 46 on this restart.
That's a similar situation I was in tonight. Travis Neiman got by me. I got into the back of him at some point when he got a little stack-up job. My crew chief told me there's no damage on your car. My left turning was just compromised after that, though.
And and it's good to get some driver input. Did you get an opportunity to come down pit road, or did you just take the crew chief's word to see if there was maybe some work they could do to try and get you back into this one?
No, I took the crew chief's word for it because we were under green flag at that point, and while I could tell there was a difference, I just didn't want to take the time to go down under green flags because I was up in 7th at that point. Yeah, you hit that point where, I'm with you, Austin. Maybe I should have come down, but you live and you learn.
Yep, and we're just about halfway, or just over halfway through this one, so there is still some time. If we get some more cautions, not sure if it's going to happen. Everyone getting single file here. Ray Polking can maybe try and hang out on pit road, but he was just down there, and he would know if it was repairable or not. When he went down under caution, so maybe
another caution coming here, Stu.
Yep, Travis Neiman caught up in this. And we will take a look at that.
Devil, sir.
See what happened here. Neiman in that 5 car. And Neiman just getting loose. He goes down to the inside wall. Hard hit there. We're going to see. He's going to be able to keep going. I'm not seeing a meatball flag on the scoring chart for him, so he might be able to keep that car moving here.
I hope so, man. He's been a great competitor with us this year. I'd love to see him, continue to grow that skill set and keep pushing it with us.
Yep. So, and we'll step aside, try and get another commercial break in here. Make sure all our sponsors are taken care of.
Do you love Orlando's theme parks, but the long lines have you losing the magic? Introducing Ride Waits, the Apple Watch app designed to help you skip the stress and ride more, with real-time wait times and park info right on your wrist. Whether you're exploring Walt Disney World, adventuring through Universal Orlando, or taking it all in at SeaWorld, Ride Waits helps you navigate smarter and get the most out of your visit. No more wandering, no more guessing, just more riding. And it's not just wait times. Ride Waits also offers tips on the best times to ride, general park info, and helpful alerts so you never miss out on your favorite attraction. Whether you're planning ahead or making game day decisions in the park, Ride Waits keeps everything you need at a quick glance away. Ride Waits, your wrist-side guide to the best parks in Orlando. Available now on the Apple Watch store.
Not affiliated with or endorsed by any theme park brand.
Welcome to Rebel Racing Network, the premier destination for professional iRacing esports broadcasting. We bring the virtual track to life with high-energy race commentary that captures every pass, every pit stop, every photo finish. Our team of expert broadcasters delivers real-time analysis, strategy breakdowns, and the excitement of wheel-to-wheel racing. And before the green flag drops, we set the stage with our signature pre-race flyovers, showcasing each circuit with stunning cinematic visuals that make you feel like you're there in real life. Whether you're chasing a championship or cheering on your favorite team,
all right, and we had to cut that commercial short because we are going back green flag racing. Lee Hamby getting the jump here. Ray Polking getting back underneath Jason Rochelle. Not sure how long he's going to be able to hold on to it. But he is running hard there with Rochelle. And Lee Hamby's got to love seeing this. That's going to give him the opportunity to open up that gap. Ray Polking determined to not go away in this one. But you can see it there. He's running high, struggling to keep that car right down there at the bottom.
Austin, I do want to call out the 84 car is back in the top 10. Todd Byer has been a great addition to our league. He was a late addition. Kind of got into the mess early in the race here, but he's doing pretty well here.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he was probably the first car I called out with damage to that rear bumper. I think that showed up like right on the initial start. And I tell you what, we still got to get a driver card for that 84 car and get him in our driver intros.
We will. He's been a great addition to the league. We don't want to do a disservice to him and not have that driver intro card, but we'll get it in there. He's an outstanding driver just all around. And just a little bit of background for our viewers, he does a lot of GT3 road racing, so he has a very diverse skill set. I'm so looking forward to having Todd around for the rest of the season and definitely for all of season 3.
Yep, and Marcus, I see you up there in the chat as well, rooting for Ray Polking. And
the Dominator turned underdog, Like, how do you not root for that storyline?
Yeah, you got to root for that storyline. And I tell you what, going back to the front here, we've got a battle for the lead on. Rochelle is caught up to Hamby. And I don't think Ray Polkin's out of it. He's still able to hold off his teammate Jay Crable. And I know Crable not going to push the issue here, but Hamby and Rochelle, I don't know. When push comes to shove, I know both of them would love to lock up a win here.
Absolutely. Who wouldn't want to lock up a win here at Martinsville? This is definitely one of those ones that tries your patience. They tried my patience all weekend long at practice. So,
yeah. Oh, big shakeup out of Lee Hamby.
Oh, that was a big move there, dude.
Yeah, Lee Hamby getting loose there off of turn 4. And that's going to allow Rochelle to get to his inside. Side by side, and here comes that 46 car as well. Polking. Gotta keep those tires cool, and he's got the opportunity here. A little bit of contact with that outside wall for Polking. Rochelle washing up the track. I'm not sure. He may have made contact with Hamby. Hamby getting loose again. We saw this at the beginning of the race. Hamby trying to push that car hard. Rochelle spins. He's in the outside wall. Caution is out.
Oh my goodness, dude. That is not what I expected to see out of that situation.
We did not catch that. What the catalyst to that? We know Rochelle was pushing it hard. We got to go back, take a look at that. And here you see that battle continuing. Rochelle got it out in front of Hamby. You saw Rochelle walking up the track. I think that threw Hamby off his game. He pushed it hard going into the corner there, and just that rear end came around on him.
I was going to say, it looks like he was still on the brakes very hard as he made that transition to the concrete there. And, as soon as you do that, your back end will step out on you, and it's game over at that point.
I tell you what, that's heavy damage to that rear end, and I don't know how well that 97 car is going to handle it now after a hard hit like that. So we were talking about that Dominator turned underdog, and right now, coming to this restart, I think Ray Polking may have an advantage coming his way. It does look like some of these drivers are thinking about pit road here.
You kind of have to in this situation. Oh, we might have people going by, sir.
Yep, and it looks like Hamby's going to go around, maybe trying to fake out Ray Polking there. I think Ray Polking might have missed an opportunity. If Polking goes down, I think, he's going to get at least half that field to follow. Knowing how valuable tires are going to be here at Martinsville, Polking could have really left Lee Hamby there out to dry. Not sure if pit road was open that time, but it does look like it. You see Rochelle now coming down pit road.
Taking a look at Ray's lap times during the actual green flag run of that stint, he was at a 20.3 on average. Honestly, I think if he can hold that, he can hold off most of the field, because, I was 2/10 off the pace during practice. About middle of a run, I'd be about, almost a half second off. So I think Ray's got a chance to hold him off with these old tires here, Austin.
Well, he does have a chance to hold him off with these old tires, but what I was getting at, though, Lee Hamby, we saw him heat up his tires early on. Ray Polking able to open up that gap. Polking really figuring out tire saving, and Lee Hamby's tires are definitely hotter than Ray Polking's right now. But that pace truck is off. We are reset, getting ready to go here. You see Polking hanging back there. Green flag is out. Hamby going to get the jump. Jay Crable, though, going to leave that spot open for Ray Polking to get low here. And Hamby gets the drive off of turn 2.
We've got Dakota on the driver's channel giving props to Dave Simpson for a nice save at the back there.
All right. I tell you what, I wish we could go back and get that replay, but with the save, we don't get to see that pop up on our scoring chart. As Lee Hamby opening up this gap. And I tell you what, we haven't talked about him much tonight. That 94 Adam Bout around the back of the pack. He pitted early, ended up in the back. He has climbed to now 3rd, looking to go by Jay Crable on the outside.
I'll tell you what, Adam's been lying in wait back there for a while. He's got the long run speed there. He just needs to get the long run going. So we've had a little bit of a longer run on these tires, even though we've had some cautions intermittently. We'll see if Adam can bring some actual performance here as the run wears on.
I tell you what, when we're looking at the points race, though, Jay Crable does not want to let that 94 car by him.
Not at all.
So I think that
letting him by is going to ruin his points night here.
Yes, it is. I think Crable is going to battle hard, and we could see some fireworks out of that. But going back up to the front, and we've got to pay attention to this battle. That last time by 3/100ths of a second, the difference between Polking and Hamby. Polking being the faster one. Hamby putting that speed back on. And it is a game of chess here. Still 45 laps left in this one. I think what Polking really wants to see is a longer green flag run. If he can just hang with Lee Hamby and maybe use some lap traffic.
Oh, he might be able to get a beautiful pick done at that point.
Yes, he can. He's just got to take care of those tires. I know Lee Hamby definitely heated up those tires battling with Jason Rochelle.
I know we're not looking at him, but I do want to throw a shout out to Ryan Mack up in the 9th place. I know he's had a little bit of trouble here and there tonight, but Ryan Mack, one of our admin team members, looking good at Martinsville.
Yep, and he is back in the top 10. We saw him a lap down earlier in this one. Some incidents he was caught up in, a hard hit to that rear end. You can see the damage to that back bumper. Having a good night, and I got to think everyone's at least got a little bit of paint scraped off their car in this one here. And another one I want to shout out, that 16 of Joseph Miller. He has been on the move up to 5th, and I believe this is the first time he has cracked the top 5 tonight, but he is up 13 positions from where he started.
Joseph Miller's had some great, strong runs with us this season. There's been a few races where he's had some unfortunate luck, but, Joseph Miller is another one of those names that I think over the next season, season 3, you'll probably see him rise to the top here, man. Week over week, I feel like he's just showing up and bringing better skill. So.
Yep, and the caution flag is going to wave. Ryan Mack caught up in this one. I tell you what, Ryan Mack might be a little bit mad at you. Seems like you forgot to knock on wood there, Marcus.
Yeah, unfortunate, but you know what? He's been resilient, and he will likely rise back up as long as he didn't destroy his car there.
And I tell you what, I heard the sound. I think that engine just gave up on that 12 car.
Oh no, we might have another infield care center attendee here.
And if I'm not mistaken, Ryan Mack is sunk track in the chat, and he just typed RIP.
Oh no. Ryan, get up here, sir.
Oh, we've got pit stops. Lee Hamby coming down pit road. Ray Polkin coming down pit road. Adam Boughton to the lead. He's staying out. Michael Carter staying out. Todd Byer staying out. And Dakota Dennis staying out.
Austin, looked like Ray drove a little deep into his box there. Looks like the 4 car drove in a little deep as well. Lee is out. Ray is out, but it's a tight squeeze there. The 87 car looks like the 46 got the lead coming off pit road there, or got the second place coming off the pit road there. Sorry.
Yep. So Ray Polkin going to restart behind Lee Hamby, but this is going to get interesting. Old tires in front of him.
You know, honestly, these two on new tires are going to be deadly. Watch out for Ray and Lee, man. This is going to be a hell of a finish to the night.
Ray Polkin will be restarting on the outside, Lee Hamby on the inside, and they will be 2 rows back. They've got to work their way around that 19 of Dakota Dennis, and Dakota Dennis looks like he will be restarting in 4th, and Ray Polkin probably going to be at the disadvantage here. That 19, we talked about it earlier on the show. He's on new equipment here, new wheel, new pedals, still trying to figure it out. This is going to be interesting. I think Ray is going to have his hands full. He needs to get down low as early as possible.
You know, that 19 car on new equipment, I think he's got a lot of upside here over the next 6 races, you know, whatever it is to finish off the season here. But, yeah, this is going to be a wild start here. He's still trying to get used to that new wheel, new pedals. That's the kind of thing that will really throw your night off. So hopefully he remembers to be a little bit light on that brake.
Yeah, I tell you what, probably not the week he wanted to break out the new wheel and pedals. If I was him, I would have left it in the box this week.
My man, that man was like a kid on Christmas morning. There is no stopping him from getting that all set up.
I am well aware. I definitely got a phone call when he pulled that thing out of the box.
A phone call, a text message, a Discord message, you name it. I think we all got one of everything. He was very excited.
I bet you if I go look at his Facebook page right now, there's a picture of him unboxing it like a kid on Christmas morning, like you said.
Oh, man, we got to get Hannah in on this next time so she can take pictures for us.
Yes, we do, but that pace car is off. That green flag is out. We got 2 teammates leading the pack here. Adam Boughton and Michael Carter.
The double subway car, man, looks beautiful here.
And the green flag is out.
His tires. The 84 turn is spun his tires there.
Yep, Lee Hamby immediately jumping to 3rd there. Todd Byer remains in 4th. Dave Stinson in 5th. Ray Polking, not the restart he wanted. Dakota Dennis up on that high side.
Oh.
Mayhem in the back.
The
Colton Kinney, Jason Rochelle, Jackson Sibley caught up in that. I believe not Ryan Mack. Someone else was caught up there as well. And that is going to shake things up here. We'll go back, take a look, see what happened here.
You know, just watching it in real time, it looked like the 19 spinning his tires was part of the problem there, but, you know, gonna have to look at it again.
So from our screen, it looked like the number one problem, though, is going to be out of that 4 of Jackson Sibley. Looks like possibly an internet connection issue with him on our end. You see the 19 going up high there, and Jackson Sibley disappearing. So we see Jason Rochelle to the inside, and it looks like he's got a lot of that damage taken care of. Jackson Sibley blinking out, possibly some net code. And that is what is going to finish it off here as pit stops are underway, and those subway cars came down pit road. Adam
I do want
Bowden,
to give a shout out
Michael
to
Carter.
Castle Motorsports teammate Austin. I'm sorry to cut you off there. We have Dave Stinson up in second place right now. I am very, very excited to see him up there. He's been in and out over the last few weeks, and yeah, it's good to see him up there.
Yes, it is, and we're going to get in one more quick commercial break before we go back green. And we are back, folks. The pace truck is off. We're getting ready to go back racing here. Lee Hamby going to take off. Dave Stinson spun his tires there.
Man, the curse of the castle. I mean, anytime I talk about anybody.
We will stay green. Lee Hamby with that lead. Ray Polking jumping back to second. Travis Neiman and Dakota Dennis involved in the incident. Caution is out.
Awesome. I'm going to jump into the infield care center and have a chat with Ryan Mack. I'm bringing back up here in just a second.
All right. We are looking here. Travis Neiman and Dakota Dennis. Neiman gets a shot for Paul Escobar, and he hits Hugh Escobar. Not sure if that's what was bringing out the caution, though. Looks like single car incident. Dakota Dennis was also caught up in something. We'll take a look at that. And you see Dennis on that outside. He is off the pace, struggling here. And he makes contact with Todd Byer there, and it looks like, you know, he was doing everything he could to not ruin Todd Byer's night and ended up locking up his own tires. He goes around. Not a lot of damage to that 19, if any at all, so he will live to fight another day.
All right, Austin, we got another driver joining us here. Ryan Mack joining us from the infield care center. Ryan, how you doing there?
I'm doing all right. You know, a little disappointed in how the race ended, but we're having a good time out there. Fun track.
All right, and we are definitely having fun broadcasting here. Take us through your incident. What happened there?
For the past 15 laps, I was really struggling with my brake bias, and I was messing with that, adjusting it, trying to find my sweet spot, talking with Jackson over the radio, you know, trying to get the teammates, trying to figure out where we're at. And I backed it down and just got a little bit loose, but I still wanted to try to keep pace with him and just got greedy. Something you can't do here.
No, you cannot. You know, we've been talking to a couple drivers. Marcus De La Garza out early as this track has changed, and we can see it here on the broadcast. It looks like that sun has come out more. Has that been affecting the racetrack at all?
Oh, it was huge, Austin. We were actually talking about the temperature change on the track, and that is really the reason why I was messing with my brake bias so much, because I felt like, you know, you would run a couple laps at a good bias and then the track changed. I had gotten around, I forgot who it was, but I passed them up one line, and I told the guys, I said I felt like I had really good grip coming out of there, so maybe the lines moved up, which it doesn't seem like it did, but it's a challenge, man. It's a tough track.
It
Ryan,
is.
as those laps wore on, were you moving your brake bias front or back? That's where you go.
So I was moving kind of all over the place. I had set my brake bias at 66, I ran +3 for a majority of the race. And then towards where I wrecked, I was kind of backing down. I had gone all the way down to like 1.5. And then I came back. We got another wreck.
We do.
Oh,
Dave Stinson getting into Michael Carter there.
Just before that, we heard Colton Kinney expressing some frustration on the radio, so love to see what's going on all over this track here.
All right, and first we're going to go back and take one more look at this Dave Stinson and Michael Carter incident. You see Dave Stinson there getting washing up the track, maybe some contact with Michael Carter, and it looks like he's just going to do it again. Stinson getting aggressive there, and he's going to send Michael Carter around. Let's go back, take a look, see what happened here with Colton Kinney. Colton Kinney back there with the Escobars. Hugh Escobar just coming up the track a little bit on Colton Kinney. I do want to ride along with Hugh Escobar there through that one.
Let's do it.
We ride along with him here.
Oh, man.
Escobar definitely coming up the track there a little bit. Take one more look at it from the nose.
I hate to say it, but being a greedy points person, I'm okay with Colton sliding down and trying to stay up a little bit up in the points, despite the fact I'm not finishing this race.
Yeah, and I know I can understand Colton Kinney's frustration. It definitely looks like Hugh Escobar came up there a little bit, but you know, this is the third incident we've seen with Colton Kinney. You know, so maybe I'm not sure if there was any issues with Hugh Escobar earlier. There might be some tempers boiling over here. Hugh Escobar is being scored a few laps down here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to have contact between the back of the pack there. You know, at the end of the day, we're at a point where we just want to finish everybody involved. So unfortunate to see that, but love to see what kind of comes around. Ryan, while we still have you, do you mind if I ask you one more question about the track tonight?
Yeah, for sure.
So over the course of your long runs, or the long run that we had, I mean, I was messing with the brake balance all over the place. We're going back green, so I'm going to shut up for a second. Austin, back to you.
All right, and the pace truck is off. Lee Hamby is in control of this one. Ray Polkin in second. Jay Craybill in third. Adam Boughton in fourth. Green flag is out. And Hamby not really getting the jump, and Ray Polkin washing up the track there. We got 3 wide racing, folks. Adam
Look
Boughton.
at that, Adam Boughton.
Yep, Boughton charging a third caution. Caution is out. Hugh Escobar involved in this one. And we're going to have to go back, take a look at this. I'm curious to know what happened here.
Just had to give a quick inspirational message to the drivers and let them know we're going to keep this thing rolling. You gotta clean it up a little bit for the last 15 laps.
I tell you what, it is the last 15 laps. I don't know how clean we're going to get because everyone hungry for that good finishing position of those points. And it looks like Hugh Escobar, Michael Carter getting into Hugh Escobar there.
Yeah, I feel like they're all out there hooking and jabbing now, Marcus.
Buddy, I was in the good times when I was out there earlier, but this is definitely a battle right now.
It is, and I tell you what, I'm sitting here with 2 admins. I think you guys might have your work cut out for you. It looks like Michael Carter came down on Escobar there. And it looks like we have about 14 cars left on track. So still a good showing, starting with 20 here. Only 6 cars out of the race here. but we did
Ryan,
see.
So, oh, go ahead, Austin. My bad.
Oh, I was going to say, we did see a shakeup up front. Lee Hamby is still in control of this one. But Jay Craybill going to move to second. Adam Boughton to third. Ray Polking is going to drop back to fourth.
No, I think Ray still has a good shot to get a podium finish here. Unfortunately, I think we're at a spot now where Lee Hamby is going to excel. He's very, very fast in the short run on short tracks. He might just pull straight away from this here.
And that's what I'm expecting to see out of that 47. We've seen him dominant at these short tracks. And, but it is Martinsville. Adam Boughton wants to win. Jay Craybill wants to win. And I know Ray Polking wants to win. My question here is, if you're sitting back there and, outside of the top 3 or 4, do you start thinking about taking tires if we get another caution?
I don't know. It's just too short of a run at that point. I don't know if new tires are going to do the thing you want them to do. But Ryan, I'm going to throw it to you. It might be a different opinion in your respect there.
I don't think so, because I think you going to the end to the back is just too much of a hindrance at this point. You kind of just have to push through it and try to work with what you have and make a move if you're going to.
All right, and we are down to 11 laps to go. So Lee Hamby in control of this one. We're going to see what Jay Craybill can do. All right, C-Dub says, Marcus, you need to disqualify him. Make sure you do that. Once again, C-Dub not making the start here.
Yeah, good old C-Dub, sir. I will get you disqualified here in a second.
All right, and C-Dub, we are awaiting your return. We missed that toxic waste car out there. So Ray Polking getting up on that back bumper of Adam Boughton. Don't count Polking out. Down to 9 to go. Polking's got some speed still left in that 46 car.
That was a little bit of breaking news here. We got a protest already on this race.
Oh, all right. We're going to have to get some more information on that, Marcus. It looks like Michael Hill not happy with Colton Kinney. So now down to 7 to go.
I know I'm not supposed to be pulling for people as an admin, but come on, Ray. I want you to get a podium finish here. You deserve it after leading as many laps as you did.
Yeah, I tell you what, we're all rooting for that underdog story. Ray Polking, we've had so many interviews with him here on the Rebel Racing Network for this podium finishes, but always the bridesmaid, never the bride for him. He is still hunting for that first win.
It's like watching a replay of 27 dresses here, sir.
Yep, and we've got the stats up there on the screen. Ray Polking, 74 laps led, almost half of this race. I know he would love to lead that last one.
Ray was really good out there tonight. Yeah, I mean, all the guys up front were.
Tell you what, that 94 making a move on the 87 there, Ray could have capitalized, but it looks like he wasn't able to close that gap.
And yeah, he could have capitalized, but really, he's got nowhere to go as long as those two are alongside each other. Boughton getting by Jay Craybill. Polking, I think if he can get to third, I don't know if he's going to have a chance to get by Jay Craybill before the end of this one. But if we were to see a late race caution here, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Ray Polking, in that frustration, still chasing that first win, using the chrome horn on Lee Hamby if he got the chance on a restart. We are now down to 2 to go in the Oohrah Flyovers 150. Lee Hamby firmly in control of this one as he's going to come off of turn 4. That white flag is waving. 1 lap to go. Hamby, no pressure, out the back. Next flag ends the race.
Oh, Jay got loose.
Jay's all the way up.
Jay's all the way up. Ray Polking going by for third.
Let's
The
go,
battle
Ray.
is on. Checkered flag is out. Jay Crable.
Jay sent it.
Oh, Jay Crable sends it. Lee Hamby going to take home the
no.
checkered flag at about the second.
Oh my goodness.
Todd Byer in third.
Todd Byer came home third. That's
All
my
right.
Castle Motorsports teammate right there, sir.
We have got to unpack this, folks. We're going to go back to that white flag with Jay Crable.
What a race.
And you see it here. He goes into turn one sideways. Ray Polkin capitalizing here. And Jay Crable just getting underneath Ray Polking. I tell you what, you guys are queued into the driver communications there. What's being said right now, guys?
It's eerily quiet. That's the bad part. Ryan, do you mind if chatting through that one? If you're still around.
I'm sorry. What did you want there?
You got any insight on the driver comms here for us?
I'm not hearing anything. I have Colton up talking right now, but I'm not getting anything over comms.
Yeah, same thing here, Austin.
All right. I think I'm more interested to hear that right now that I have these interviews.
I think him and Michael Hill are talking in chat.
That is frustrating for Ray Polking. I'm really curious to hear what happened out of the Jay Crable camp. After that contact with Ray Polking, he pulled it down to that bottom and seemed to come to a stop there.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. It looked like he. I don't know if he's just frustrated with the day or frustrated with himself there. Or...
Well, Jay Crable had the opportunity to take third back, and he didn't take it. I tell you what,
track racing.
That is short track racing for sure. We've got to go ahead and start these interviews looking for Todd Byer. There he is.
You guys want me to
Austin.
bounce out while you guys do these?
I was going to say, Austin, we've been invading your space. We will get out so you can do interviews, sir.
I tell you what, you guys hang around, man. I really appreciate having folks up here to help me out with the broadcast. So hang out. We've got Todd Byer up in the booth. Todd, it is Marcus and Ryan and Austin up in the booth. You got us?
Hey, guys. Yeah, man. How are you?
Probably not as good as you. We had no idea you were going to finish on the podium there. Take us through that last lap, man.
Well, I think it happened 3 laps before. I don't know, what was going on with the 16 was driving in real hot into the entry into 1 and 2, and I noticed that gap was going to be there, and I went for it. And I mean, you saw it, I'm sure you guys saw it, but he came down across my nose. He showed me displeasure after the race, but I don't know. I mean, you see an opening, you go for it. I just and then I don't know what happened between Ray and I don't know who the other car was. There was a lot going on in that race. My brain's pretty fried. So I don't know who that was there, but I obviously got those places all because people so I didn't really earn it, I guess, but I'll take it.
I tell you what, that is Martinsville to a T right there, coming out of nowhere with these last 2 lap, aggressive moves. We're going back looking at you and the 16 car. We see you giving a shot there in the back. We were talking to Marcus and Ryan trying to figure out what's going on in the driver comms, and they had mentioned it's eerily quiet.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I'll shoot him a message after the race and talk about it. I forgot to save the replay, so hopefully Marcus has it and I can take a look at it and see what I did on that. If it was clean. I thought the opening was there, so I went for it, you know. And I saw him over driving the corner, and I was getting the bottom. I was getting the car to stick down on the bottom, and you know, that's why I went for it. So, but I guess I'll have to take a look at the replay.
Hey, if there's a gap there and you don't go for it, you're no longer a racing driver, right?
Yeah, exactly. I also want to apologize to the 18 and the 8 on my first lap or whatever that was, right on the early part there. That I thought I was clear. My spotter said I was clear. I went up to the high side to, you know, get into the racing lane, the preferred line, and unfortunately I drove across the 18's nose, and then I don't know what happened coming out of 4 on that first caution. I thought I had my car up on the high side there, and the 8 car came across my nose. And I don't know. I thought I held the high side. So obviously not my best race. I'm not out here to take people out. That's not what I want to do. So hopefully I get some slack there.
Well, it's you can still call that a win for you being able to battle back and get a top 3. Something to celebrate. We're going to let you get on out of here and start that celebration. Before we do, though, anyone you want to thank?
Castle Motorsports, Paulo Advance, and Young Buyer Performance. I appreciate you guys getting me in here. I'm having a lot of fun. The racing in this league is absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's a really fun time. And thanks to you guys as well. You guys are doing a great job with this league.
Thanks for being here, Todd, and we appreciate having you around. It's been great to have you around, especially winning your first race with us and keeping it clean thereafter. Martinsville's Martinsville. It's a hell of a time, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure you saw I went out of the race early, and it is what it is, man. We'll be back next week for Rockingham, and hopefully we'll push it forward. So.
All right, man. We'll see you guys there. Have a great night.
All right. Have a good night, buddy. We appreciate it.
Yep. See you guys. Thank you.
All right, once again, that was Todd Byer coming home third tonight. We're going to go ahead and talk to our second place finisher, Adam Boughton. Adam, it is Austin, Marcus, and Ryan up in the booth. We got a full broadcasting team after all these cautions early on. You got us?
Yes, I do.
All right, man. Congratulations on a second place finish. Honestly, throughout most of this race, not much to talk about with you. You hung around in the back, and with seemed like the last 50 laps, we found you up front. Take us through battling back through the field.
Oh well, I was just avoiding the chaos, just minding my own, because I didn't have any type of speed. And then luckily towards the end there, just happened to play the pit strategy just right to have a little bit fresher tires there at the end. And honestly, I think that was the difference that saved me at the end there, is I was able to get around Jay there somehow on the high side and hold on for second.
All right, and yeah, we saw that move. We were watching you guys coming towards the end, watching you trying to pick your time to get around Jay Craybill, and you got around him just in time, it seemed like, and were able to drive away. Did you see what happened in your rear view mirror there?
I saw what looked like Jake punted Ray there, it looked like. And then the very next corner, Karma caught up to him, and he locked it up, entering the corner, and slid up, hit the wall. At least that's what I saw, because it looked like Ray got around him, and next thing I know, Ray went around, and then the very next corner, the 87 disappeared, and then Todd finished third.
All right. Well, yeah, it definitely paid off. So we watched you battle back up towards the front, and you had mentioned that pit strategy working out in those fresher tires. Do you think if we had maybe 10 more laps or a late race caution, do you think you would have had something for that 47 of Lee Hamby?
Well, probably not. It seems like if we would have got a restart, I probably would have been a sitting duck, because it seems like whoever started second on most of the restarts. You went backwards. Though green white check the restart probably would have been a different story, because the leader probably would have been driven through. But who knows what would have happened there.
Adam, from a driver's perspective tonight, what was your take on the long run that we did have? Did you enjoy that one? Was it a little bit too slick on you? How'd it go?
I enjoyed it because I had no short run speed at all. I worked on in practice. I worked on making sure the car was good on the long run, so I didn't run an aggressive brake package like 90% of everybody probably did. So on the long run there, my car was amazing. I mean, it was a little slick on the exit because the track temp was about 20 degrees warmer than we practiced, but I didn't have any handling issues on that long run car. Mine was pretty good, and I was slowly picking them off until I think I got it all the way up to I think 7th there on that green flag run until the caution came out. But I was essentially following Jay up through the field, and we were slowly getting up there.
Yeah, that's one of those unfortunate ones. It sucks that air temp was the same, but track temp was definitely a lot hotter. Ryan sitting up here with us, we definitely talked about it. It was interesting to see how the track was evolving, man.
The clouds rolled from practice the first previous 2 nights to the race. The clouds rolled up and the track temp came up.
Oh yeah, dude.
Essentially, that's the big difference because in practice it was heavy overcast for majority of both Monday and Friday practice, and then tonight's race the clouds said, "Okay, see you, bye," and made the track hot and slick.
That's the unfortunate bit there.
Yep. I did want to mention, we did check the weather here towards the end, and even that air temperature came up about 5 degrees, so definitely getting hot and slick out there for y'all.
Oof.
And it was the other factor was like with all the cautions, it was picking up and throwing the rubber back down, so it was distributing all the rubber. So that was playing havoc with the track temps with the new update that they just put in, that the rubber can be picked up and laid back down. So that didn't help with the track constantly changing because of all the rubber being picked up and laid back down.
Well, but it definitely worked out for you. We are going to let you get on out of here and start the celebration. Before we do, though, anyone you want to shout out?
Shout out to you for putting on a good broadcast each and every week. Shout out to my sponsor, Boughton Enterprises. They're not on the car this week, but had to run the Biff throwback this week because I kind of messed up throwback week last week, so I had to at least run the one off this week to say I ran the throwback. And then shout out to my teammate Michael Carter. He was up there for the most part until he unfortunately got driven through. But overall, solid points night.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, buddy, and we will see you back here next week for the Secura Lift live from Rockingham. We appreciate it, buddy.
Take it easy.
Thank you, sir. All right. Once again, that was Adam Boughton. We're going to move on to tonight's race winner, Lee Hamby. Lee, it's Austin. It's Austin, Marcus, and Ryan up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, man. I'm still trying to get used to having to call out a couple different names here up in the booth. Congratulations on a nice win here tonight. And I tell you what, it was hard fought from the beginning. We saw you running second and third to Ray Polking through the first half of this race. And then at the second half, you really were able to turn it back on and get by him. And then a hard-fought battle with Jason Rochelle. Take us through trying to track down Ray Polking through the first half. Let's start with that.
I was just trying to manage and stay up toward the front and save as much as I could. I didn't want to burn my stuff up. So, I mean, I could have ran with him at the beginning. I just didn't want to.
All right, so we were questioning that. It definitely looked like at the beginning of the race you tried to push the issue there on the first couple laps and then backed down. We weren't sure if you got your tires a little bit too warm there pushing hard or trying to save, but you were able to get by him. But once you and Jason Rochelle got by him, Rochelle was pushing it hard with you. Take us through that battle.
Yeah, that was a fun battle, man. I hung on the top better than I thought I would. And then I just let him by. I figured I'd get him at the end. And I guess he just made a mistake on his own.
I tell you what, right after you let him by, it seemed like he got himself. I was going to say that. What were your thoughts once you saw him spin out?
I didn't really know. I wasn't expecting it.
I tell you what, it caught us all by surprise too. Now, I've got to ask though, trying to save the tires. We've seen you on short tracks here before on the Rebel Racing Network, and there are places where you really excel. I would like to talk about, would like to talk about the race last season at Bristol where you put the entire field a lap down, if I'm not mistaken. Why wasn't that your strategy tonight?
Just Martinsville is really it gets your tires hot real quick, and I didn't want to get my tires too hot.
Hey Lee, it's Marcus here in the booth with you. One of the things Ryan and I were talking about once we bailed out of the race with some damage was the brake balance really changed over the length of the run there. Were you chasing your brake balance at all there?
Yeah, I messed with my brake bias about the whole race.
I mean, it was just it was insane. Every other lap, I felt like I was trying to shift forward or back, trying to just chase it and get the perfect balance there.
Yeah, I was either trying to lock up in the front or getting too loose in, one of the two.
Well, it's definitely one of those situations where Martinsville definitely tests us here. But Austin, it's definitely a good show to watch. We had some fun tonight, didn't we?
Oh, we definitely had some fun.
I was hoping we put on a decent show for y'all guys.
I tell you what, I was on the edge of my seat the entire back half of that race, and y'all did not disappoint tonight. So we really appreciate that here at the Rebel Racing Network. We appreciate you, putting on that excellent show. But we want to hear about who you appreciate tonight.
I appreciate you for putting on the broadcast. I appreciate the league for giving us a place to race. All the guys for racing us clean. I appreciate Lucky Dog Motorsports. Thanks to them and my wife and kids.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. We're going to let you get on out of here and start that celebration, buddy.
Thank you, man. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good night,
Lee.
Thank you, man.
Great win, Lee.
Thank you.
All right.
Man,
Congratulations
he was
again. Have a good
fast,
night.
boys. He was so fast tonight.
And
I mean, there was no way to catch him, Ryan. Like, it was insane.
Yeah, he was really good. And honestly, that was one of the more challenging races I felt like I've done because of how much that track changed. The temperature change was so noticeable. So hats off to him, because hats off to everybody who finished the race. That was a tough track.
And that was a tough track. And I would just like to point out, you boys might not have caught it because you guys were strapped into your cars, but my prediction at the beginning of this race when we were underneath that parade lap, I said Lee Hamby was going to be one to watch, and I was right. So I'm going to give myself some props on that.
Hell yeah, Austin. Nice props calling that one out there.
But
can you call me out next week?
I don't know about that, Ryan. Martin started calling some people out. It seemed like every time Martin just called someone out, they found trouble. So,
Okay.
We can give it a shot if you really want, but 9 times out of 10.
I shouted you out, Ryan, and you literally smacked the wall like 2 laps later.
My bad.
All right, so don't let Marcus give you props, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, man.
But,
all right, Austin, I'm going to get out of here, man. I appreciate you having us up here, dude.
All right. I really appreciate y'all
thanks,
hanging
Austin.
out here after, some disappointing ends to your night. But we'll let y'all get on out of here, and I'm going to go ahead and run through our official results here tonight.
Awesome. Thanks, Austin. Semper Fi.
All right. Thank you. Semper Fi, brother. All right, and we do have our official results pulled up on screen there. Once again, Lee Hamby taking home the win. Adam Boughton finishing second. Todd Byer finishes third, and we can see it in the chat. Some people not happy with Todd. Those short track tempers are flaring. Craig Peterson comes home fourth. Jay Crabo will finish fifth. Joseph Miller in sixth. Dakota Dennis comes home seventh on his brand new equipment. Colton Kinney will finish eighth. Dave Stinson in ninth. Ray Polking finishes 10th. And 11th, we had Travis Neiman. 12th was Michael Carter. Hugh Escobar comes home 13th. Paul Escobar in 14th. Jackson Sibley will finish 15th. Jason Sibley finishes 15th. Jason Rochelle on 16th. Ryan Mack will finish 17th. 18th was Mike Hill. Coming home 19th was Marcus De La Garza, and Hunter Geyer will round out your field in 20th tonight. And I would just like to give a big thank you to all the viewers still watching. We appreciate y'all stopping by. We appreciate y'all in the chat. Definitely keeping it interesting. Make sure you hit that like, follow, and subscribe button wherever you are watching. Tune in next Wednesday night, 8:15 p.m. for the TCR Esports O'Reilly Auto Parts Series live from Rockingham. And we do have the Era Series, the Era Cup Series, joining us here in 2 weeks. Not this Sunday, the next Sunday, they will have their regular season debut live from Daytona. And stay tuned as well on our Facebook page, because it looks like we are in talks with a new league for Tuesday nights. We will keep you guys updated on that. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you back here next Wednesday. Have a good evening, everyone.